So today we will study agreeableness and its link to the brain according to the CB5T cybernetic Big Five theory. CB5T posits that cooperation and altruism are the core functions underlying agreeableness. This entails that agreeableness should be associated with the ability to understand the perspective of others and to adjust our own behavior to accommodate them. The most obvious candidates as a neural substrate for agreeableness are the many parts of the default network that are involved in decoding the mental states of others. Two resting state fMRI studies have reported that agreeableness is positively associated with functional connectivity among major hubs of the default network. Two reasonably large structural MRI studies have found no association of regional brain volumes with agreeableness, and others have found associations that were not consistent. The two aspects of agreeableness are compassion, reflecting empathy and sympathy, and politeness, the tendency to conform to social norms and to refrain from belligerence and exploitation of others. Measures of empathy reflect compassion, whereas measures of aggression reflect politeness. Compassion scales include the empathic consent subscale of the interpersonal reactivity index, the balanced emotional empathy scale, and the empathy quotient. MRI research suggests two general types of neural processes involved in empathy. The first involves the default network and the ability to simulate the mental state of others. The second involves what can be called mirroring, neural activation that occurs while observing someone else in the same sensory network that would be active if the observer were having an experience similar to that of the observed person. The most studied form of empathy in fMRI is empathy for pain, and here regions of the anterior insula and the mid-cingulate cortex appear to constitute the circuit that is active in mirroring. A number of fMRI studies of empathy for pain have reported an association between trace levels of empathy and neural responses. Social or emotional pain has been found to activate brain systems similar to physical pain, and one larger fMRI study found that trait empathy predicted greater functional connectivity of the anterior insula with the prefrontal cortex and limbic regions while watching videos of the suffering of others. Agreeableness in general and politeness specifically are likely to be associated with emotion regulation. Agreeableness predicts suppression of aggressive, impulsive, and other socially disruptive emotions, while the authors argued might reflect automatic engagement of emotion regulation when facing stimuli signaling potential threat or conflict. In structural MRI of 56 men, amygdala volume at age 26 was negatively associated with both current aggression and a history of aggression. Inasmuch as agreeableness involves the ability to suppress aggressive impulse, it is likely to be facilitated by serotonin. A life history of aggression leisure was negatively associated with serotonin function in men but not women, whereas a trial of an SSRI significantly reduced aggression in women but not men. One twin study also found that variation in the serotonin transporter gene accounted for 10% of the genetic correlation between eroticism and agreeableness. Other neurotransmitters likely to be involved in agreeableness include testosterone and oxytocin. Testosterone levels appear to be negatively associated with agreeableness, particularly politeness versus aggression. Oxytocin is critically involved in processes of social bonding and attachment.